Hi, this is Ken, and welcome back to my channel. Well, a few nights ago, we had a reporter from Infowars was murdered outside his apartment in Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas has been one of these cities that has a George Soros DA that doesn't seem too concerned about crime, and unfortunately, they're getting some backlash from it. Um, Especially from Alex Jones. So let's get into this. This is from the Daily Mail. It says horrifying new details in the death of Infowar reporter Jamie White as Alex Jones blamed George Soros backed DA by Bethan Sexton for the DailyMail.com. Says as Infowar reporter was murdered outside his home, was shot to death by an unknown assailant, according to his sister. Jamie White was found mortally wounded outside his Austin residence around midnight on Sunday, slaying the Infowars owner Alex Jones, blame on Travis County George Soros-backed district attorney. A lot of these district attorneys who are soft on crime have backing from George Soros, like Fonnie Willis and Alan Braggs in New York, for example. White's sisters Kelly King Edale said that although the investigation is in early stage, it's not believed to be a targeted attack. Well, we don't know. She said, my brother was shot. King Ale told the DailyMail.com somebody was attempting to break into his car. We're not doing great. I'm trying to hold it together as best as I can for my dad. He can't really talk right now. Kendall explained that her brother has recently become an uncle to her baby daughter as she broke down in tears while paying tribute to him. It's really great to watch him take on that role and be so loving and supporting, she added. Our mother passed away 9 years ago, and I think he knew it was really hard for me not to have her to be a grandmother, so he made sure my daughter was loved. He made sure I knew I was supported. He was really great. Okay. Officers from the Austin Police Department responded to a 911 call reporting a man with obvious sign of trauma. White was rushed to a nearby hospital where he was later died from his injuries. Police has called the incident a homicide but had not identified any suspects. The slaying has been investigated as a shooting, stabbing, but authorities have not released additional information. In a very emotional video on Monday afternoon, conspiracy theorists Jones did not hold back in assessing blame, squarely targeting District Attorney Jose Garza. He says, I lay all the squarely at the feet of Soros and the sort of crime syndicate of the Democratic Party. They're the ones that admittedly cut the police, prosecuted the police, and even cases that they are 100% clear to be lawful legal activity, Jones ran. You murdered Jamie White. You opened the door. You created the climate. You created conditions on purpose. George Soros, Alex Soros. You murdered James White. These are sick, degenerate, evil people that know what they're doing, and they aided and abetted. They are accomplices to the murder of a great American and Infowars longtime veteran reporter, Jamie White. Gaza is known for his progressive policies, and his campaign was backed by billionaire fiancé George Soros' Open Society Foundation, which is true. A lot of these George Soros DAs are causing havoc across the country, not just Austin, Texas, New York, Boston, Philly, a lot of in California. You know, some of the George Soros DAs have been recalled. San Francisco, LA, recently Oakland. George claimed that White's death was a inevitable result of what he called vicious policies by Soros-backed DA like Garza, who he accused of intentionally undermining law enforcement and letting violent criminals roam free. Jones also cited unnamed Austin police officers and detectives as sources, claiming that many in the law enforcement are frustrated and demoralized by what they see as Gaza's refusal to prosecute dangerous offenders. The Austin Police Department has so far not publicly commented on any political links. DailyMail.com has contacted Gaza's office and Austin Police Department for comments. But it is true what Alex Jones said about these DAs. And I'm not just talking about New York and California. You had one in St. Louis, the one that took the guns away from this couple, and she was also horrible. And of course, Chicago's Fox. She's leaving office now because guess the heat's too much. The Jesse Smollett situation blew up in her face. But yes, a lot of these George Soros DAs are still out there causing havoc and crime problems. And like I said before, California, you had a recall of the San Francisco DA, the LA DA, Alameda County, Oakland DA. In fact, the new DA in Los Angeles just KO'd any release of the Melendez brothers. So, little by little, George Soros' influence is going down the toilet. But of course, still you have Alan Bragg's going strong in Manhattan. He just scored a major victory against Trump last summer. But unfortunately, the Democratic Party couldn't take advantage of it. Yeah, they could still call him felon, but it's a moot point at this time because he's still got into the White House, did he? But the fact is, yes, I agree with Alex Jones. You don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to figure out, yes, you have a crime problem and you have DAs that don't want to do their job and they need to be removed. After all, in California, you had 3 DAs removed. You had one in St. Louis removed. It's obvious that we have a problem. And so reforms are going to have to take place, including getting rid of George Soros and Alex Soros' money so they won't pollute the environment ever again. And I don't know much about the DA in Austin, but I heard it was having crime problems there too. I mean, it's in Texas, but, unlike, let's say, Florida, the governor over there can remove one of these wacky George Soros DAs out just like, it's not the same in Austin. It's a different dynamic there. No, I'm not blaming Greg Abbott because he's doing what he can, what he got. Besides, he had another problem, the border, that they finally got to secure at the January 20th. And they're still trying to secure even more, make sure about 100% no more invasion coming over to the U.S. from Mexico. I mean, he had to force the situation on the spotlight when he sent all the migrants up everywhere north to all these cities, from New York to L.A., to Denver, to Chicago, and Boston, and so on. Yeah, anyway, my condolences to the family of Jamie White and Alex Jones and the guys at Infowars. We're sorry for your loss. I hope whoever did it, I don't know if it's one person or multiple, I hope the person gets caught. I mean, as much as we don't want to believe it's political, you never know. I mean, he was well known, so it's a possibility. But, we can't rule anything out at this time until the investigation's over and somebody's in handcuffs in prison. So this is Outcast saying so long for now. Don't forget your stop.